Good morning, my name is Paul Stanger. I'm the local sourcing director for Heineken for our businesses in Africa, and together with 2SCALE we have a cassava project in Nigeria with my colleagues in Nigerian breweries. Nigerian breweries are one of the biggest companies in Nigeria. We've got 11 breweries around the country and we produce both beers and soft drinks for Nigerian consumers. To produce those soft drinks we need secure supply of ingredients, and Nigerian breweries have been really a pioneer in developing the sorghum value chain in Nigeria going back to the late 1980s, and more recently with 2SCALE we've been developing the cassava value chain with our partner Sultry. Heineken and Nigerian breweries were really lucky to meet 2SCALE and to get involved with the programme. The history is that we were importing very large quantities of sugar from Brazil and we were looking for an alternative locally. At that time there wasn't a very developed sugar industry in Nigeria, but we discovered that from taking starch from cassava we could convert that into maltose syrup and give ourselves a really attractive alternative. And Nigeria is one of, if not the biggest cassava producer in the world, so we felt there was a great opportunity to create a sustainable value chain. Capacity building of cassava farmers is absolutely critical for our business in Nigeria. In order to secure supply, we need the right quantity of starch to our breweries at the right time. And that journey starts with the farmer, helping them to get the right planting material, to get the right seeds and inputs so that they can improve their productivity. And then we have to work together to make the linkages work from the farmer to Sultry in the processing plant and then from Sultry to the brewery. Business coaches like Ife are absolutely critical to making value chains like the cassava value chain in Nigeria work. Farmers have been planting cassava in Nigeria for many years and they know how to do it. But when we bring a project like this, we're asking them to plant different varieties, we're asking them to manage the crop differently, we're asking them to use herbicides and perhaps pesticides to help improve their productivity, and they will not do that unless they are confident and they have a trust-filled relationship with people who can persuade them to make that change. So the business coaches play a key role in building that trust, developing those relationships and allowing us to improve the productivity of cassava farming so that the value through the entire value chain is secure. The main added value from the 2SCALE program is that it brings knowledge and skills and experience to the value chain that Nigerian breweries don't have. We don't know about how to develop yields in cassava, we don't have the experience with fertilizer and other farming techniques, so you bring that. But almost above everything else, it's the persistence that the project brings. All agricultural value chain development projects have challenges along the way. We've seen particular challenges in Nigeria in the last 2 years with the economy being under pressure and with some drought conditions impacting the yields of cassava. And the fact that we have the project together and we're focusing on the linkages from the farmer to Sultry and to the brewery allows us to persist, to keep going through these difficult challenges, because we all ultimately want these value chains like cassava in Nigeria to be sustainable for the long term.